Hey bank tinglers, did you know that Cowboy makes his own magic lure?
Well, I don't know how magic it is, but it has sure caught a lot of fish over the years. You know what? Rather than sitting here and talk on this point of the mountain about my magic lure, why don't we get down there fishing and we'll show them how it works.
Go. Cowboy, where's that blade? Where are we going?
See that mountain over there? One of these days we go fish that mountain. Let's go. Down here, Cookie. Don't fall. I can't carry you out. Don't say a bad word either. This is a kid-friendly channel. I'll come help you. You're getting back up. I'll grab you by the tuchus and pull you up the rucus. So Cookie's magic lure is a little floating jig that we use. I tie it myself. It's a foam body setup. I'm going to show you some examples of that here in a minute, but boy, it does catch some fish. So here's some good action. And there's Cookie. Cookie, what you got there?
Perch.
Ooh, you know what that means? Ugly perch bug. Ooh, that's a nice perch too. That's what we've been looking for right there. Let's get a zoom in right there close. That is on a yellow body, kind of a black hackle looking thing, and that is going to be yum yums for dinner. Sweet, get some more. Looks like Cookie's on another one. What you got? Ooh, you know what that means? If there's 10 of them out there, that's going to make a good dinner. That's a black foam top with a yellow body, red stripes. Cookie power. Yeah, it looks like Cowboy's going to put one on the scoreboard. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's a bass. Little smallie. Yep, little smallmouth. Cookie, talk to him about your methods as you're getting these perch.
Well, I've got the same setup on both poles. This one, I'm just dead sticking, letting it sit there. This one, I'm kind of jigging back in.
Yeah.
I've got one of your homemade sinkers. It's just a little bit lighter.
Zoom in on that there. That's a little hanger sinker. I'll talk about that a little bit later.
It's a little bit lighter than those other sinkers.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit easier to jig back through the rocks.
Sweet. It's working for you.
I'm picking it up on both methods, so.
Yeah. And Cookie on another one. Yes, sirree. Another perchy from my little honey. What you got there, Cookie? It's a bass. Hey, that's a nice smallie. Nicely done. You're doing well today.
Yep.
Magic lures.
Yep.
Maybe not some magic, just good fish catching lures. So here's 4 examples of these pugly perch bugs I tie. They're on a jig hook. They've got floating foam tied in there. They're a quick tie. I don't spend a lot of time on them because I know toothy critters are going to tear them up pretty quick, so I tie them fast. They've typically got some sort of a body with a shell top over them, so 2 different colors of flotation foam on them. They're tied on a jig hook. I tie all sorts of different types of legs on them. I use permanent marker to put some dots. I really like red dots in them. I think we've had our best luck on this style down here. A yellow body, red dots, black shell, and some foam, but this one doesn't have the legs. I really like the legs on them. They kind of float and flip around. This one's a little bit larger one. It's called a Wookie bug if we're targeting more bass or catfish. That's what they look like. I tie them just on a fly vise. If you look at some videos on bugs, you can see examples of that. If you have some interest in it, I can make a video on how I tie them, but they're really simple. So as far as rigging these pugly perch bugs, I rig them on kind of a drop shot rig so that the lure will float around 4 to 6 inches above the bottom. Let me set this up and I'll show you what that looks like. So this is the typical rig I use of these pugly perch bugs. It's a simple drop shot. I've got about a 4-inch drop right here on a line down to a drop shot sinker. Right now I'm using Pepper Custom Bait drop shot sinkers. They work really well for me. A little ways up this line I got a blood knot. and it's coming off here. Another about 4 inches of line over here to the pugly perch bug, tied in there like that. I'll typically tip that with a worm. I'll adjust this depth on here depending on what the fish are doing. I'll use a deeper chirp a lot to kind of see where the fish are and where they're active. If I'm with bass, I'm typically a little longer. If I'm with perch, I'm a little closer to the bottom. And another one, another smallie cookie. About a football size, just like the last one, huh?
What you got, cowboy?
Another smallmouth.
Awesome.
Them perch have definitely slowed down, getting a couple here and there, but them smallmouths are hitting her like it's magic.
Magic.
Magic. Doing pretty good, Cookie, on these perch. Hey, you know what the fisherman said to the magician?
What?
Pick a cod, any cod.
Okay.
You don't think that's funny? Hey, if you're not into making homemade lures, there's a lot of commercial ones. VMC makes a commercial floating jig. Northern Tackle makes a floating jig. One little bonus tip for you on them drop shot sinkers. They can get pretty pricey if you're fishing in a real rocky or weedy area and you're snagging up and constantly breaking them off. So a little trick that a local fisherman here taught me, just a phenomenal fisherman, is that he makes his own out of clothesline hangers, wire clothesline hangers. He'll just cut the hanger sections off to different lengths and put a little bend in the top of there and tie his line to it. And then if he's breaking those off, the cost of your pocketbook isn't nearly as bad. So what you got there, Cookie?
We had a good day and we kept just enough for lunch.
Hey, that's a nice little mess of perch that we kept.
And a bass.
And a bass, and we turned a whole bunch loose. Magic, maybe, who knows? Magic. How you doing, Cookie?
About done.
Yeah, good day. Magic lures. Think anybody else out there has magic homemade lures?
I don't know. Ask them.
I bet you there's a bunch that do, or at least they probably use floating jigs. Say you're snagged on a rock with that expensive lure. Hey, if you use magic floating jigs, homemade or not, let us know. Otherwise, I'm gonna unhook this jig that Cookie just snagged up, so you can get one more smallmouth before we call it. We'll see you next time.